Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump revealing problems he sees ahead. Trump is known for posting his musings on social media. Sometimes they're pointless. Sometimes they're eyebrow-raising. Sometimes they're utterly baffling and require another cup of coffee. And sometimes they give you a lot of insight into his thoughts and concerns. We just got one of those, and it tells us two things that are apparently weighing on his mind. What I'm about to read is all one post, but we're going to break it into the two topics being addressed. The first part, quote, "The extension of the debt ceiling by a previous Speaker of the House, a good man and a friend of mine, from this past September of the Biden administration to June of the Trump administration, will go down as one of the dumbest political decisions made in years. There was no reason to do it. Nothing was gained, and we got nothing for it. A major reason why that speakership was lost. It was Biden's problem, not ours. Now it becomes ours." Okay, so what does this tell us? It tells us that Trump's allies in the House are telling him he doesn't actually have control. Problem. A vote to increase the debt ceiling is a problem. Why would a debt ceiling extension be a problem for Trump? His party's in the majority. It should breeze through. The only way it could be a problem is if some of his party wants something in return for the extension. We've talked a few times about a rumored handshake deal in the House among Republicans to extend the debt ceiling in exchange for a couple trillion in spending cuts over 10 years. The only reason this would present an issue for Trump is if he didn't want the spending cuts. You know, if all the talk about cutting the debt was just campaign rhetoric that he never planned to follow through on. Now, on to the second part of Trump's post, which is honestly kind of alarming on some level. Quote, "I call it 1929 because the Democrats don't care what our country may be forced into. In fact, they would prefer depression as long as it hurt the Republican Party. The Democrats must be forced to take a vote on this treacherous issue now, during the Biden administration, and not in June. They should be blamed for this potential disaster, not the Republicans." Trump has a long and well-established habit of getting out in front of developments and shaping a narrative that deflects blame away from him and his party. Referencing the stock market crash of 1929 and talking about depression while trying to somehow tie a potential future depression to the debt ceiling and the Democratic Party is a little weird. It's weird for a couple of reasons. First, while there's definitely signs of a correction ahead in the stock market, there's nothing necessitating that it turns into a depression. It would take severe mismanagement for that to happen, and his party will be in power. It's also weird because, again, his party will be in power in the House, Senate, and White House. Why is this a treacherous issue? Unless he has some information suggesting the correction will occur sooner than most believe, the second part of his statement really doesn't make sense. Unless the Republican side of the House is far more divided than we've seen or is even rumored, which is kind of hard to believe based on what we've seen. All signs point to there being significant disagreement between Trump and the House over spending and the budget, or at least that Trump believes there will be significant disagreement. We're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.